Well, praise God. Welcome to Radio Home of Light. Today, we are going to be analyzing one chapter in Matthew. Matthew chapter 20. Matthew chapter 20, because I think this can be a key verse here. The parable of the layers of the vineyard. He foretells his crucifixion and resurrections. He came to give his life as a ransom for many. Okay. Now, let's look at how many verses this is. It looks like it is going to be 34 verses, so that should be pretty easy. Needless to say, we're probably going to do some, what it is. Jesus gives the background in verse 1 and 2. A man that's a householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers in his vineyard. And when he had agreed with the laborers, every man a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard. Now, it's kind of like the vineyard of the Lord, and you know what I mean. Verse 3, this is the best part here. And he went out about the third hour, it's about 9 o'clock in the morning, and saw others standing idle in the marketplace. Standing idle. Not good to be idle. Okay. And said unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right I will give you. And they went their way. Verse 5. Get this to work right. Verse 5, and he went out. And again he went out about the 6th hour, which is about noon, and 9th hour, 3 o'clock, and did likewise. And about the 11th hour, that's about 5 o'clock, he went out and found others standing idly, and said unto you, Why stand you here all day long, idle? And he says, we have none of the hire, so he has them go into the vineyard also. So when evening was come, the Lord of the vineyard saith unto his stewards, Call laborers and give them their hire, beginning from the last unto the first. Now give them their wages. And when they came, they noticed that every man was getting a penny. And some of the first were like, hey, what's going on? Why don't you give every man a penny? We've been here during the heat of the day. And you did us wrong here. What the heck is going on here? We worked hard. Okay, verse 13. This is the beautiful part. But he answered one of them and said, Friend, I do thee no wrong. Didst not thou agree with me for a penny? Take that thine is, and go that way. I will give unto the last, even as the first. And he said, Is it not lawful for me to do what I will with mine own? Is thine eye evil because I am good? So, what Jesus is talking about is The last shall be first, and the first last. For many be called, and few are chosen. I think that deals with foreordination and the gathering of Israel. And so they're going up to Jerusalem, and he's talking about his atonement and crucifixion. And, we know the story about Zebedee's children, and the mother of Zebedee's sons, asked him a basic thing. And so here's the concept, beginning where he says to James and John, Zebedee's sons, he's, I want to get this crazy thing to mark. There we go. And he said unto them, you shall drink indeed of my cup, and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with. But to sit on my right hand and on my left is not mine to give, but it shall be given to them for whom it is prepared by my Father. He's kind of like, I'm a part of Godhead. I can't just assign who goes on there. And so, and when the other 10 heard it, they're pretty upset. When the other 10 heard it, they were moved with indignation against the two brethren. Okay, but this is something Jesus says. But Jesus called them and said, ye know that the princes of the Gentiles exercise dominion over them, and they that are great exercise authority upon them. And of course, he's trying to say, it don't work that way. Whoever is the greatest among you will be a minister. Whoever is the chief among you, let them be a minister. And what I like is in verse 28, it says, even as the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister, and to give his life a ransom for many. Okay? The Son of Man. He's being called to do this in accordance with the law of Moses, and to give his life. One of the gifts of God is his atonement. You think about it. Jesus is talking about his atonement. And of course, the miracle of him healing blind Bartimaeus, I think that's one of the blessed things about this. The last two verses of Matthew chapter 20, rather, I want to go through. So Jesus had compassion on them and touched their eyes, and immediately their eyes received sight, and they followed him. Because there's a thing, Lord, we want to receive our sight. The Gospel of Matthew says he healed 2 blind people. And that helps. That really helps. And this chapter gives a lot. It really does. Now with that, I hope you enjoy listening to Lena Home of Light. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and become a part of Lena Home of Light family. This is Jimi Hendrix saying until next time, please remember who you are. Please read your scriptures. And please preach the gospel. God bless every single one of you. God bless you. I will be back sometime in a few hours to do chapters 21 and 22. God bless you.